Alexandra Capitanescu was one of the breakout stars of Eurovision 2026. She really impressed me. That's why I put her in my top 5 in my predictions. She really impressed you because the votes came in for her. Choke Me finished 3rd in the final, and I think that result surprised quite a few people. She recently released a piano version, which you guys told me about, so thank you for that, and I will react to it later in this video. But for those who don't know her story, wow, Romania knew they had found a rock star 3 years before most of us discovered her. Actually, shall we watch the moment she was discovered? It was on The Voice. I'll get that video ready. I did say in my reaction video to Choke Me at the national final that when she's singing the chorus of Choke Me, it did remind me of an Axl Rose sound from Guns N' Roses singing Sweet Child of Mine. If only I'd said Welcome to the Jungle instead of Sweet Child of Mine. That would have been so cool. But anyway, this is Alexandra Capitanescu with her audition singing Welcome to the Jungle on The Voice 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know where you are.
Whoa, now that is how you begin an audition. If you're going on The Voice, just do that. Well, don't do that, but make it your own. But that is a fantastic way of just starting an audition, because within those opening few seconds, we've already got attitude, we've got stage presence, confidence, rasp, vibrato, and most importantly, the attention of everybody in the room. Because sometimes on The Voice, a judge turns around after one note, and I'm sat at home thinking, really? After one note, was that good? But with Alexandra, you immediately understand it. I absolutely would have pressed my button at exactly the same time. She isn't just standing there and singing the notes. This is not karaoke at all. She's living the performance. That's what separates somebody with a really strong voice or a really good voice from someone who genuinely looks like a rock star and wants to perform for an audience. It's just brilliant. And listen to the change here. Yeah, that's why I think those judges have turned at that point, because she knows the performance can't remain at full intensity for the entire song. So she gives it light and shade. She comes out strong, but she softens it. She changes the texture of her voice and then has somewhere bigger to go, so we know we're in for a big ending. That understanding of dynamics is so important in any genre of music. Again, just performing on stage, it's what she loves to do. Even the hair flick lands perfectly on the final beat. Rockstar until the very end. Let's watch that again. Yes, brilliant. She was only 19 during this audition in 2023 and already had the confidence to do all of that. Even at the beginning, The Voice was the event. Spoiler alert, if you don't already know, Alexandra did go on to win the whole competition. She got a trophy, a recording contract, and even something like 100,000 euros, which is a nice chunk of change. So congratulations to her. We all know what came next. She was given the chance to represent her country at Eurovision and caused quite a stir with the song called Choke Me. Now, in the world of social media, there were people who just loved the song, and there were people who perhaps lazily misinterpreted the lyrics and got really angry.
Now, this song, although it's a fan favourite, it's not without its controversy. In the run-up to the contest, it has quite provocative lyrics and the repeated use of the phrase, choke me. But Alexandra, she asserts that the lyrics are metaphorical and relate to the feeling of being suffocated by self-doubt and grappling with mental health demons.
I think if people are talking about your song, more often than not, it can only be a good thing, right? Anyway, she absolutely rocked it. I think Eurovision really suited her because Eurovision performances are built to be enormous with the production, the staging, the cameras, the lighting, and just for Alexandra to handle the pressure of being watched by tens of millions of people, it's just phenomenal. Now, when I reacted to the song after Romania's national final, I was, and I think we all were, really impressed by the versatility of her voice. This is what I said in my initial reaction video, which I recorded before Eurovision. This kind of feels like a showcase of Alexandra's talent. Like, we've got that Lady Gaga chest voice. We've got the angry vocal, the operatic control, the fact that she can own the stage. It still amazes me the confidence that you need to do something like that for Eurovision. Anyway, by the way, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button. There's plenty more coming over the next few months. Now she's released a piano version of Choke Me. Now, the Eurovision performance was Alexandra at maximum scale, so we've got the full band, the staging, the lighting and everything else. Millions of people watching. But now we're going to go in a completely different direction of a piano, one microphone, and Alexandra's voice. I really like that little riff, which I'm sure she sang on the original version, but to keep it in the intro, they've transposed the riff for the piano. Very clever.
Phantom, you feel like a phantom. Why do you want to take?
This is a very classy presentation as well, from the outfits and the staging of even this atmosphere. It's really nice.
Do what I say and don't you ever betray me. You are here to obey me. I am not.
That's Thomas accompanying her on piano. He isn't trying to compete with the vocal or overcomplicate the arrangement. He's giving Alexandra plenty of space.
All I need is your love. I want it to choke me, choke me, choke me. But for you to control, I want you to choke me, choke me, choke me. Love me, make my lungs explode like
She still sounds so powerful, but it never stops feeling like a stripped back version. That balance is really difficult to get right. Oh, that was probably my favourite part so far. She's raising the temperature now. She's using that chest voice to give that Lady Gaga sound. But what I really liked about that was you could hear her accent when she said, "Don't you ever betray me." Let's listen to that again. That was really nice.
Do what I say and don't you ever betray me. You are here to obey me. I am not. What I need is your love. I want it to choke me, choke me, choke me.
There's that rasp coming through. What Alexandra understands so well is dynamics. Even with this much calmer arrangement, she can introduce that gravelly full voice without destroying the intimacy of this performance.
Burn for you to control. I want it to choke me, choke me, choke me. Love me, be my love.
You still cannot take your eyes off her, and you've also got to give Thomas his flowers here as well, because he's playing this immaculately, but still allows Alexandra to remain at the centre of the performance. He follows where she takes the vocal rather than making the piano the main event.
Burn for you to control. I want it to choke me, choke me, choke me.
Side note, that microphone looks incredible, by the way. It's a Hale Sound The Fin. Now, this is not a sponsored video at all, but if anybody from Hale Sound happens to be watching and would like to send me one of those microphones, you are more than welcome.
Loving me, my lungs explode. All I need is your love. I want it to choke me, choke me, choke me.
Yes, that was really nice. That was excellent, in fact. The musicianship, the vocal performance yet again, and the fact that they can turn a rock song into something as calm as that and still have the bite that the song needs. I don't think this replaces the original. I think the full band version still has more of an impact for me, but this absolutely has its own place. I could imagine it appearing on an alternative acoustic or late night playlist, that type thing. But more importantly, it has shown me a different side of Alexandra. And you can imagine on her album there could be a song like this. Or if you think about My Immortal by Evanescence, wouldn't it be awesome if she did a collaboration with Amy Lee from Evanescence? That would be so cool. But you can hear a softer, almost maybe romantic piano song on an Alexandra Capitanescu album. That was really nice. So what do you think? Let me know in the comments, and if you haven't seen my reaction to the full band version, I'll link to that at the end of this video. Meanwhile, hit the like button if you enjoyed this, subscribe if you're new. I've got two very different reaction videos coming next, from names that you might recognize, but people who you'll see in a very different light. So hit the subscribe button so you don't miss those, and I'll see you in the next one.